Nicolas, you work with Cambridge Associates. What does Cambridge Associates do?
Cambridge Associates, we are an investment advisory firm. So our clients are global, and we advise them globally on their asset allocation, and specifically one area of focus is the private equity exposure they have. So we do due diligence for them. We look at the different markets, prefer market knowledge and market insights for them and other research products. So specifically on private equity, where I'm working in, that's very valuable for them, and they rely heavily on our knowledge for their investments.
Okay. And you're famous for your benchmarks. How do you compile those benchmarks? I'm always curious to hear.
Yeah, our benchmarks, they are based on the data and the knowledge we have gathered over the 40 years we have been in the market. So we get our benchmarks on the basis of the performance and the cash flows actually which are provided to us by the general partners in private equity. So our benchmarks are cash flow based, and we get them globally from not only the GPs we are working with, but also from others. So who else is participating in the market?
You see a lot of data coming from African GPs your way, yeah?
In Africa, we have a good set of data, but it could be much better. So we're hoping that more GPs are going to participate in our benchmarks, which will help the quality of the benchmarks, obviously, which make it much more relevant. And is also a great asset for the industry in Africa, so to have a better data. I think there's a lack of data in general in the market. And also for the GPs who participate, because they will quarterly get our benchmarks on a preferred basis, so they can see where they rank and how they compare to others.
Speaking of which, what do the benchmarks show at the moment?
In the moment, the benchmarks don't show the greatest returns for Africa, so Africa is a bit lagging behind others. And this is coming especially from a lack in exits, it seems, because actually the realized returns, so the exits African GPs have achieved, are outperforming other markets. So that is a very good news. But just the number of exits they have achieved and the time to exit, I think, seems to be the problem.
And going forward, you see lots of interest from your clients, LPs, for Africa. How does that translate into requests on your organization?
I think based on the fact that actually the returns might become better with more exits coming through, I think there will be increasing interest in African private equity. Over the last 12, 18 months, our clients have been more focused on their existing portfolios, looking at re-ups, etc., in developed markets, in Europe, in the US, and really have been not so much focused on emerging markets in the moment. Some have, definitely, and there have been clients from our side which we really help with an in-depth kind of market review of Africa, and there have been some investing as well, and some are still on the sidelines and are waiting and seeing what comes out and just preparing themselves, getting more knowledgeable on this market, and then I hope and I think so, with better performance numbers coming in as well and more GPs being in the market over the next, let's say, 12 to 24 months, there will be much more interest and much more work done, and more commitments coming to Africa, I could expect.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very encouraging, Nicolas, and we also encourage GPs to provide more data to you so your research can be more insightful to all of us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.